Chris, David. So great, I got a chance to sit down with you guys. Tell us about what are you guys up to with Arcade City first?
Sure. So Arcade City is building a decentralized ride-sharing network, and we are active here in Austin. Our flagship network is here in Austin, where we built the world's first and only peer-to-peer ride-sharing network owned and operated by its drivers.
So how is it different from Uber and Lyft?
Let me count the ways. Drivers can set their own rates, riders can choose their drivers, drivers earn more money, drivers can build up their own recurring customer base that no one can take away from them. And we're actually in the early stages of using blockchain to pay drivers in a new way, every minute instead of every week.
Okay. And riders have an experience that's truly part of the sharing economy. So they're part of a community, they know who they're riding with, they know the other passengers that get in the car. It's not a distant, cold urban experience. It's more of a local community, small town experience.
Excellent.
And that's an essential part of the true sharing economy vibe.
Okay. So now you've been working with Synerzip team for a while. So tell us a little bit about your experience working with Synerzip.
Synerzip has been great. I've worked with a number of outsourced companies before, and it feels different. It is different. It's more like we've just expanded our team with people that have been working with us for a while. It feels like, but it feels more like we have sort of actual team members that are happy to join our team, and not that we're just farming out work. So I would say it definitely made a big difference. We can just sort of kind of do things in the way that we have been doing, but just with more, hands, more capable partners helping along.
Specific areas of expertise, people who bring in collateral experience that we otherwise wouldn't have because they've done similar technology in other settings. We had this discussion about the form of the data because we have graphical information in the type of work we're doing because we have map-centric, and there was a clear discussion around what the database structure needed to look like if that's what we were going to do. It's not something we necessarily would have thought of doing if we were just hiring somebody in the staff. So there was lateral expertise as well, and the team is integrated in a way that makes it just like everyone else that works here. Arcade City has the characteristic that we're not necessarily all in one town anyway. So there are people spread around. So that's a natural for us that somebody would be in another location. It's just like everybody else at Arcade City.
So one thing unique about our relationship with you guys is you are leveraging one of our local CTO involvement. Tell us how's that working? How does that help you guys having a CTO person from Synerzip in Austin involved with you guys?
Absolutely has made a huge difference. Working with Mike, it's been how we would talk with any CTO or any member of our leadership team. It helps to have sort of the visibility and the direct communication with the developers themselves, but to have one person who is, in some ways a product owner, but in other ways is, a fellow architect. It can help advise on sort of, guidance on resources, and particularly as a CEO, I want to be able to describe sort of the high level of what needs to be built, and to have someone like Mike who can translate that into direct specifications, particularly given that he obviously knows exactly what are the resources that are available to him, and then also advise us on, really understand where we're at as a company to be able to make smart recommendations, though. So we don't feel like we're being sold on something, like you have a hammer and you're trying to sell us why we need to bang nails in it. It really fits into and is respectful of where we are at as a company and what you're able to provide, and it's been nothing but harmony and synergy that we felt.
I would tell you there's sort of, you can think about it as two meetings. We have a meeting with the team, which we're doing weekly because we have a lot of dynamic change in the company. But we also have a meeting with the leadership of the company, and Mike is integrated into the two, truly bridging both parts of that delivery. And because he is local, he's also integrated. If we have an event which is relevant to the company where we need leadership of the company to show up, Mike has shown up. So it's been valuable for us.
What about the rest of the team, seeing them as a co-development partner How do you see them contributing in the thought process of the technology that you're building?
I can go to the white paper story. So pretty much every blockchain company, or if you describe us as that, or we're a platform cooperative as well. There's a white paper underpinning what we're doing, explaining it. So the Synerzip team is integrated right into the white paper. They're just like everyone else working on our team, and the description of what's done is not as a supplier, but it's their background and their contribution. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for taking the time to share your Arcade City story and your experience with Synerzip.
And there's one thing I would add, which is it's a huge comfort to me as the Chief Operating Officer to know that if we need to ramp up or ramp down, that we have the flexibility to do that, and that the staff is available to fill in what we need relatively quickly, or to park if we need to park, or whatever, and that the knowledge stays with. It's extremely important for us to keep the knowledge base within the operating team, and to know that it's stable, and that that we can grow at the rate we need to grow, and that is a huge plus beyond us just hiring, and that it's the same level of quality of any one of our much larger competitors. So I'm also quite confident that if we needed to solve a technology problem, we could do it as well as anybody else in the world who's competing with us. We have the reach to get that level of technology execution, and that is a huge advantage for somebody, for a company like us going through the rate of growth that we're going through.
Great. Thank you guys, and wish you all the best.
Thank you.